My name is Lola and I am the person who designed Sorted. And today I want to tell you why you might want to use it and how it best works. So first off, it's not that anyone is broken because they want to use this. We all have issues, concerns, problems from time to time about relationships, domestics, work, how we want our lives to go forward. So this game is designed to help you figure it out. So you open up the box and you will find a bunch of piles of cards inside. I've taken them out and set them up so that you can see them. And on the top there is a book of instructions. Now if you're like me, I don't really love reading instructions. I always just want to fiddle around with stuff. So if you're an instruction reader, go to the instructions. If you want to just figure out how to do it, listen up, I'm going to tell you. So basically you start off with the red cards. There is a question mark, and on the other side of it, compose a solution-oriented question. This is critical because it positions the whole discussion that you're going to have. And there's a pad with papers that say, how can I? There's a solution-oriented question prompt. Something like, how can I improve relations with my partner? How can I protect my privacy? How can I improve relations with my mother? How can I be a more satisfied worker? Anything that feels oriented towards an optimal outcome. That's the kind of question we want to aim for. So I'm going to stick with a question like, how can I make better connection with my partner? That seems like a pretty common one. That's the one I'm going to work on right now as I show this to you. So first I'm going to take the issue pack. And this is yellow cards, so it says issue on top. And so I randomly went through and, you can actually go through all the cards and choose the issue that is most pertinent. So it's a choosing tool. You will choose from, and by reading everything, you will start to get clearer about what is and isn't up for you. I went through them and chose a couple that I felt like were pertinent. So in relation to how to be a better partner right now, I'm feeling disconnected and a little stressed. That's about my connection. So those are my current issues with my partner, disconnection and a little stress, a lot going on. So then I'm trying to figure out, how do I feel about the fact that I'm wanting to be better connected, but I've got disconnect and stress going on. So once again, I go through all these feeling cards and choose, but for the sake of time, I went through them. I went through them all, and I chose, well, kind of feel a little irritated. I feel a bit hurt about the disconnect. I'm frustrated and a little insecure. That's what I chose for right now, as that's what's going on for me. So I put this down. And I could just sit here for a second and go, okay, wow, that's what's happening. Nothing big and bad, just this is what I'm currently dealing with. You could stop here, just knowing it, or if you wanted to move on to, well, how do I feel a little better? We then reach for the pink cards, which are the optimal outcome cards. So this is, I feel insecure, frustrated, hurt, and irritated. I actually want to feel better. So I went through all the pink cards and I thought, well, what would I like to feel? Well, I'd like to feel more present. I'd like to feel understood. I'd like to feel held, and I'd like to feel heard by my partner. Those were the ones I chose in relation to where I wanted to get to. Okay, that's not where I am right now, but this is where I want to get to. And this is not about what he does. This is about what I can do to take myself to this place with my partner. So then I'm like, ooh, how do I get there? This is where you go to the big pile. And the recharge pile is huge, because I wanted to have loads of options so that people could really figure out what works for you, what helps you get to your happy place. And there are many, many choices, and you want to slow down your passage through that and really think about it. And you always take only 4 feeling cards, 4 oranges, 4 pinks, but when it comes down to greens, you want to take just about as many as you think would serve. So I chose say what works. That would help if I could say what works. I'd like to travel. I'm kind of feeling a little icebound. Space, I could use a little space and solitude. I thrive on time alone. I'd like to be surprised, like a little touch. I'd love us to have a plan. I'd like some understanding. I'd like some reassurance, and probably a cup of tea would help. So I'm just choosing those for right now. Now this is where it gets interesting with the green cards. I can then break it down into long-term self-care. Short-term self-care, short-term relational request, and long-term relational request. So this is where it gets interesting. For me, right now, cup of tea might be short-term self-care. And say what works could be short-term self-care. Long-term relational request might be travel. And short-term relational request might be touch. So this is what I want to ask for someone. Right now, in the long plan. This is what I can do for myself right now and in the long plan. So what you start to do is you break it down and you start mapping what you can do to help get yourself to the pink cards. And once you've done that, you've got a map of how to make your life feel better right now. Okay, so this is the sorted game. Then we have a booster pack, which is considerations. And this is kind of fun. It's just a teeny little box. And inside of it, there's a pile of blue cards. And they're just happy little reminders of things that you can do to make yourself feel better in your life. At any point, you can send them out to other people. You can keep them for yourself. Got things like do nothing until the next choice is clear. This too shall pass. Express gratitude out loud. Walk your talk. You are worthy of wealth. Reward grand efforts. Random wise thoughts that I collected from many wise people in my life and put into a little collection. So these two sets are on the sorted.drogs website, and I wanted to tell you about them. Thanks.